Hey guys, today I want to talk about the potential of Melee in the Philippines. I think that this is a really interesting topic because no one really knows much about the Philippine scene, and I would like to shed some light on some of the opinions I have about it. So, the first thing I want to talk about is about how young our scene is. Most of our players have only played Melee competitively since Slippy Rollback was released. That's about 1.5 years, and a lot of people have made so much progress in this time. Pre rollback, the Philippines melee community was dying. It was maybe less than 6 active players, and I couldn't even play with everyone in the Philippines because we would never connect on the old Dolphin Net play. Rollback was exactly what we needed. It allowed us to play against people all around Asia, such as those in Southeast Asia, Japan, and even the Middle East. It has helped us so much in improving because the experience we get from playing stronger players in different countries is invaluable to our growth as players. I believe that without rollback, my improvement rate would have been halved or even less than that. Rollback has done so much for our community, and I'm extremely grateful to Fizzy for creating Slippy. The next thing I want to talk about is the relative size and strength of the Philippine community compared to others. The Philippines has the largest melee community in Southeast Asia and East Asia except for Japan. We have around 19 players who have played online in the last week, 3 more players who have played online in the last month, and 13 more players who only play at LAN events. If I'm not mistaken, then this is the largest the Philippine scene has ever been in its history. Other scenes like Singapore, Indonesia, and Cambodia have 5 or less players each. Currently, the top players in the Philippines can beat anyone in Southeast Asia, which means that we are also the strongest community in this region. But how would we do against players from countries outside of Southeast Asia? As one of, if not the current best melee player in the Philippines, I've been told by Balu, someone who used to be part of the Arizona community in 2020, that I could make it into top 8 at an Arizona Arcadian. And I've also been told by Spark that I would likely go 2-2 or 3-2 at a NorCal local. These are all just words and may really mean nothing. So to make a more tangible comparison, let's compare the Philippines to Japan. Japan has a lot of great players such as Amsa, Shippu, Shunsuke, and Sana, but how do the top players in the Philippines stack up to these players? Being realistic here, none of the Filipino players stand a chance versus the top Japanese talent. But based on the 2019 Japanese power ranking, I do believe that some of the Filipino players, if they were ranked in Japan at that time, they could make it somewhere into the top 25-ish area of that power ranking. This isn't so bad, but I also acknowledge that this definitely isn't that great in the grand scheme of things. But I'm not here to talk about how great the Philippine scene is, I'm here to talk about its potential in the future. Now let's talk about improvement and narratives in the community. The most active players in the Philippines community have all made huge strides in improvement. I honestly feel like at this rate we can catch up to other regions, though it's definitely going to take hard work and time. What's really important here is that the current Filipino player base is dedicated to improving and learning the game. We have a top 2 in the country, me, Yetis Don't Exist, and Taxmaster. This year, Taxmaster has only lost once to me, and I have only lost once to Johnny69, who is a player that is somewhere in the top 10. After the top 2, we have a top 3 to 10, and these players include Machina, ISD, Johnny69, Zakatak, Roya, Lately, Delta, and Machu. These players can all win against or lose to each other, which means that there's a lot of rivalries, and when one player improves ever so slightly, it is shown immediately in the results. There is always some sort of an upset in our weeklies, and a lot of pride is on the line because the gap in skill between the top 10 is so small. Finally, I want to mention all of the new players in the community. I've been trying to grow the community for years, and finally there are lots of new players. In Cebu, an island separate from the capital of the Philippines, they have their own scene of 8 or 9 players who have locals every week. And in Luzon, we have a couple of new players who are trying online and playing consistently. It's great to see, and I think that as the community grows, there will be more sharing of knowledge, new practice partners to play with, and greater motivation to keep improving. That's it for the video. I just wanted to talk about the Philippines' potential because the improvement I see here across the board, it's incredible and inspiring. And personally, I have improved so much since Rollback has come out, so I'm really glad to be a part of this community. If you're in the Philippines and you're interested in being part of the Philippines SSBM community, please join the Discord link in the description. We host tournaments regularly and are especially welcoming to new players in the Discord. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm going to be releasing another Hidden Bosses in Asia video sometime soon, but I've been quite busy lately, so it might take a few weeks until that happens. So stay tuned. See you guys next time!